Oh,
the creme brulee of coffee. That's because there's brandy in it.
that's off that.
Cannabis recipes.
Oh, this is
For a Monday.
totally
For
the reading. Oh, black coffee.
Yeah, read it like poetry.
Where art thou?
We need the bongo drums.
Everyone snap your fingers.
420 Buzz. Here we are again. Vincent Squatch here with Hempy and Julz Wonder Wheel. Julz has a recipe.
Out of the magic recipe book that we all come to know and love by Eric.
Yes.
Published and written by Eric.
Okay.
Whoever
You can
Eric
find
is,
him at
thank you,
eric.com.
www. Now this recipe was requested by Hempy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's for black coffee. Yeah. For 4 people. And this is our version of it here. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, unless you like it sweeter. 1/16 of finely ground hash. 5 cloves. A strip of orange peel. A strip of lemon peel. Half of a cinnamon stick. Half of a vanilla pod, and 1/4 of a pint of brandy. This could be the brandy of your choice. My friend makes some really good blackberry brandy.
Right now.
I know everyone named Randy that lives down the street.
Because this is going to get hot. You got to place all the ingredients in a pan. You put it on a pan, heat it gently until all the sugar's dissolved. This is the fun part. This is the creme brulee of drinks, right? So this says ignite with the match, but I'd use one of those little burner things they use for desserts. Light the top and let it flare over for 15 seconds and then cover with a lid. Now, hopefully that goes out for you. Now pour into cups that are 3/4 full of hot black coffee and serve. Sounds darn tasty.
Yeah.
And as a reminder, you can't smoke coffee.
That's right.
Yeah. Right?
But you can have smoking coffee.
Okay, who's going to make their coffee? Is
That
Can we get somebody out to the kitchen and get some of that?
I know.
Well, I drank some about a half hour ago, and I don't know if I want to go to sleep or run around the block.
That recipe reminds me of Dream Genie.
Yeah.
Does it?
Shout out to Dream Genies.
Genie.
Yeah.
Actually, it'd be closer. You think it'd be easier?
Well, I don't know where the rest of the folks were here before Alan and David, but
Oh yeah. It disappeared.
well, that's it.
The fairies came and took her away.
Yeah, our wonderful camera people out there. You know who you are. Doing a great job.
JD, Alan Markowski, David Ramirez.
Yeah. 420 thanks them tremendously.
And a shout out to
Bottom up, Hempy's heart.
Frank Gillespie. He used to film us at one point. He's not here today, though.
Yes.
And our next segment.
Guests we've had.
Yeah. What about Curtis? He's gone.
Curtis,
Yeah.
Curtis,
Mrs.
kind of,
Diamond, yeah.
Stephanie.
How's Curtis doing?
And Doyle and the 6-foot bong.
He's good.
Water pipe.
I missed that.
We never had a bong.
Oh.
You guys got to bring me up to speed. What was that?
Please.
It was a
Did I miss
water
something?
pipe.
Did I miss the show?
Did you miss the show with the 6-foot bong?
Yeah, I think I missed
6
about
foot
16.
water
Seriously.
pipe.
Oh my god.
Water pipe.
Oh my, this is in the
Well,
70s, dude.
This was in the 70s?
No, in the 70s he used to work in a head shop and you couldn't say bong or, you know, he's
Okay.
something's just.
Well, it even comes more. No, it actually comes more from that. It's like because when this is the history on it. Okay, when people got back from Vietnam, they had this utensil they were showing their younger brothers and sisters, and the younger brothers and sisters were like, "What is this?" And they said, "It's a bong. This is and bong." Was meant to smoke cannabis in, hashish, cannabis. It wasn't meant for tobacco.
Yeah.
And so that kind of got that lore into it. So head shops actually would get busted for selling bongs. They would have stings. They would have big ass stings where somebody would go in and buy a bong and they would shut the whole store down.
And they would say, "Do you have a bong for sale?" And you would have to say,
Put those
Water
bongs
pipe.
"No, sir, we don't sell bongs, right? But we have this nice selection of water pipes
And
we can
pastries.
show you." Yeah.
And I have old High Times magazines
Yes, those were the
where
days, weren't they?
U.S. bong before it was U.S. water pipe, and they were the famous ones that had the plastic. It was like a plastic bong with a plastic stem with a brass bowl with a wood pull-off bowl, which wasn't really, and they originally called it U.S. bong. And then they had to change the name to U.S. water pipe when all this stuff started
Remember
going
the
on.
U.S. bongs?
Yeah. In about
What is it called now?
1974.
US
Now it's called
tubes.
U.S. U.S. tubes, I
tubes.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, they have this guy on YouTube that crashes it with everything, and the U.S. tubes always wins. That's what I heard. I didn't see it myself, but I heard that. We should entertain
We should
ourselves.
try it.
We have the
Bob,
technology.
order it up.
Fantastic.
We
Well,
could
if you'd
just-
like to send us one, that's what we need to do.
Oh, great.
We're not
Oh, great. Here
buying
we go.
nothing. If you want to send it to us,
But
we'll try it
We're
out.
not soliciting your bongs.
We'll
I'm just
kick it
wanna
over.
throw that
And
out
if you
there.
don't want
Test
your
it.
company name on here, you can send us money.
Yeah, $29.95, and it's the anti-sell. We've already
But we're not selling
trashed
anything.
eBay. Who
Just
else do we
wanna throw that
trash?
out
A couple other.
Griffin's Furniture. I would love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, Griffin's. So if you don't want to see your name on the next show, just send us some money and we'll make sure that it's not on there. It's the anti-sell.
We can do
we're
that.
going for.
We have the technology.
Yeah, otherwise we're gonna say your name on here.
Yeah, every
Constantly.
time we see something.
And put
we're
your
just gonna
product
say it.
placement right in front of us.
Yeah, like these guys right here.
This is a joke. I just want to throw that out there.
Not really.
Now we have to put a disclaimer in there.
We have to
Anything
say
that
a
was
disclaimer
said-
like every 2 seconds.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, because
we're
like the
always in
cannabis, that got
trouble.
out of hand.
I
You know, people were coming up to me going,
Hey, where can I get that?
city officials per se, I'm not going to name names, but city officials came up to me and said, we don't know how you're doing it, Squatch, but you have to stop going around town selling cannabis for $1. And I said, no, I said it's $1 donation, and it's a can that says BIS on it, B-I-S. It's a can of BIS. Everybody can have a can of BIS. They got a little confused, but we worked it out there
There's
together.
not even
Good.
BIS in the can.
That's the
Like
funny
there's something
thing.
else in the can. It's not even BIS.
Could be beans.
At least it wasn't a can
it's
of
probably
bus.
like hominy
Right.
or like lima beans.
Lima beans.
Or some,
French
like,
cut green
Most
beans.
of them, though,
Cranberries.
Cream of corn.
Yes.
That's why we need to come up
most
with
of
a
it's
vegetable.
plums.
Yeah,
Plums are the most grossest. Canned plums are the most grossest thing. Most of them are like the United States Department of Agriculture plums that I hauled all the way here from Merced about 11 years ago. That I went to go get a storage locker, and the people had cleared everything out, but that there was like these pallet, half a pallet of them, and I said, okay, I'll be able to do something with these, and I've had them around for like 12 or 13 years now.
Yeah, so
Good
if, you,
for you,
if your
Squatch.
BIS looks funky when you open the can,
Yes.
you'll know why. And that's also the reason why it's so cheap.
And if you're the U.S. Department of
Right.
Agriculture and you'd like those cans back, you know where I live.
We got in trouble for other stuff too, huh? The email me a bud, we got in trouble
Oh
for
yeah, I
that.
said I want people to email me a bud, and they don't have that technology yet, so.
We're like totally busted. Squatch is soliciting pot again.
They had this, we had a meeting about it. They actually
They
called
had
a
a
special
meeting.
meeting.
Email me. Email me a prime rib dinner.
He's good. He's asking for Morse code with his eyelids as we speak.
Satellite CS.
Yeah, it's not a replicator.
Well, and then they'll say, you see this tree, the way this tree's positioned, all the leaves on it? Well, this is actually lunch patterns on where I'm going to drop off food in the national forest for people that are growing marijuana. They didn't come up with that one yet, though.
Squatch is growing weed in the
Yeah.
national
Weird.
forest.
Conspiracy, the way that
You
the
see
leaves are
how
on the tree.
rumors get started
Hey, maybe
right there.
this will be flagged for
Public
conspiracy or
television.
something like that. Just because of that. Thank you very much.
That's
Oh
all
my
right,
God,
that's all right.
this is
I
a
need
joke.
it.
I just want to throw that out there.
Spending that Homeland Security money right.
Oh, right, right.
I see a card I
Okay,
could
so what's
hold
some
up.
hot stuff we can talk
This is a
about?
skit. This is a joke. This is a spoof. This is funny.
This is not funny.
This is not funny.
Let's be serious now.
Okay.
Local issues. We don't have a solution, but we certainly admire the problem. Let's see. A lot of the local issues,
The closing of all the places and then some of them supposedly opening back up or opening back up. We talk about that.
Yeah,
right?
a couple of them open back up. Probably more are going to open back up. So some people know stuff and they didn't tell me anything, but if they did, I might know something. And if I did, then I might think that maybe a couple other clubs
You
might
have
be
to be
getting
really
ready to
good between
open.
the lines of this.
let's think
There
of
might be more clubs
let's
opening
think
up.
of worse things that could open up at these. Instead of having a dispensary, what else could we have there that would be that people
would
didn't
be
want a
worse?
dispensary there? What
How about a gun store?
yeah, gun store. You could have a gun store.
It just needs to be private.
How about a roadkill store where they
bad
or
restaurant,
taxidermy.
same difference.
Taxidermy. What kind of restaurant?
Bad.
Oh yeah, bad restaurant, just as bad.
Just like all the other ones.
Like a roadkill
Hey, what do you
store.
think about the idea of
Yeah,
taxing
roadkill.
weed?
Taxidermy.
Taxing
I
it. Just
think
putting a tax on it.
Yeah.
What do
What
we
do you
think
think
about
about that?
taxing it? Do we
That
want
would
to
be
talk
the
about
smartest
taxing
thing
it?
to do.
That would be a very smart. I mean, it's almost a
we pay
no-brainer.
tax on everything else we
actually.
like,
Sounds
right?
like a pretty good idea to me. To do
Except
it.
for the people's private use. If people have a private, like the way the Jack Hare initiative was really smart because it said, you know, for what
Well,
was
if you
it?
want to make a business out of it.
Yeah, if you want to make a
have
business out of it, tax
if
of
you
it.
grow in your
Anything
yard.
under, I think, 5 pounds or under for private use, non-taxable,
Yeah,
which was
That would be
which
fair.
was sensible.
yeah,
It would make a
Yes.
really help the economy out.
yeah.
We
I was
really
watching-
need it.
I was watching a movie yesterday about, and they talked about how we're missing out just here in California billions of dollars in taxes.
Oh yeah.
And the stuff we could do with it, which really freaked me out. That's
Kind
the
of
part
like give
that
our
freaks
kids
me
good
out.
lunches at school.
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff.
there was the lunches, the roads, and and then it came to the
Senators
nuclear
all in.
missiles, warheads, and different kind of military stuff, and other government gray areas where we don't even really know where the money went. We just know that we liked the idea when we went for it.
like
Right?
the crystals in space. Yeah,
What?
let's make crystals in
Yay.
Like, how
space.
about like
Flatbeds of-
right? Yeah,
Got enough of
yes,
them in
that's
Arkansas
right.
and everywhere
Like,
else
how
around
about
the
the
world. we need
lottery?
it.
The lottery's a good example. Like, is it really transparent? Do we know where all the money goes? Yeah, I don't know if we do for sure or not, but it makes me
Yeah,
curious.
lottery's crooked as
Right. I mean, somebody was got
Broken police.
busted for printing out large runs of tickets.
Well,
and
that's
their
a different
family was
story.
in
That would
charge
be
of-
like somebody counterfeiting bud. No.
That's Pretendica.
Yeah, Pretendica. Ooh.
Counterfeit
We even have
bud.
a name for it now.
Hey, I have
This
something I want to
doesn't
talk
get you
about.
high.
That
Bunk weed
these-
doesn't get you high.
here's something that it's going to come to a head, especially like in the South Bay. In the South Bay, they're closing a lot of the cannabis clubs because what they're doing is they're going after the landlords.
Right, that's what they tried
and
to do
saying,
here.
you know, telling the landlords, okay, the federal government's going to take your property if you continue to rent to these. Okay, so now they have a lot of doctors giving a lot of people scripts. Okay, so in the South Bay, you have all these people that have scripts. They're closing down the clubs. So all these people with the scripts all of a sudden going to stop smoking cannabis because they can't get it? No, they're going to
They're
go
gonna grow.
to-
Somewhere else.
They're going to go
Oh.
grow
Grow
or get it
go
on the
somewhere-
street.
somewhere
More
else.
growers. And you don't need a recommendation, get it on the street. So then the doctors will go out of business maybe a little bit.
And what's the street going to have? The street's going to
You never
have
know.
violence.
Well, yeah,
you
they're
know,
gonna-
with the people fighting
they could have
amongst each other.
Pretendica. And not only that, but when you talk about gateway and all that stuff, that's the real gateway
Yeah, they could say, okay,
situation. The
we have
gateway
some weed, but we'll also
situation
send you some pills. Or we're out of weed today.
Right.
We don't have
Try
any weed
these
today. We'll
pills.
try you some
That's
pills, or we'll give
where
you some
Yeah,
That's
opiate or
exactly
something.
gateway.
where the gateway is caused
Yeah,
by
man.
prohibition.
We have some of this
If
brown stuff.
we-
Oh, I got some of these right here, man.
Yeah, because if you could just go to the cannabis club or grow it in your backyard and have your cannabis when you have whatever your symptom is or whatever you need to relax or whatever your deal is, right?
Then it keeps everything nice and happy.
Then you're not, where are you going to
Peaceful.
get pills or where are you going to get whatever else is,
the
all
bird
the other
nest.
stuff? Yeah.
So
Where's
the federal
the gateway?
government
The gateway's not at your house.
has really
No.
caused themselves. Are they doing that on purpose? Do they want to have that? You know, it's like, you know, do they want to have that gateway thing? They're not making a whole lot of money off of marijuana, but the cocaine and the heroin that's coming into the United States, that you know.
You think, what are you saying, government is making money off
Yeah,
of that?
you know, it's like
Well,
they would
and
have.
so why would they make money off of that and not pot? Like, that doesn't really make sense to me.
Because it's up into the billions of dollars when they're talking when they're talking about the heroin and the cocaine that's coming into the United States. That's billions and and that's stuff that they can do underhanded and ship to the all the inner cities, just like what they did in Los Angeles. They had the big crack epidemic. They were importing cocaine into the inner cities and giving them guns. And that's a it's a known
It's the
fact. I'm not
American
hiding anything from anybody. People
But
look.
I'm not really disputing that or anything. I'm just saying,
Why can't we be happy? That's what.
yeah,
Learn to
just
live,
smoke
man.
some
Get it
weed.
together, right?
Be green.
I'm kidding.
It might be because of the mass of cannabis, like a pound of coke or
A pound.
a
So it
coke.
would be harder for the government to deal with that.
Right, it's a lot of you figure when it's bricked up, a pound is probably about as big as a couple of ounces of cannabis.
Okay.
And so